Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to study about nouns. What is a noun? Noun is the name of a person, place, animal or thing. This is all what we have been studying so far. Since nouns refers to names, they are also called as naming words. They are also referred to as naming words. In this video, we are first going to categorize the different types of nouns, how they are categorized, because we have been learning about noun as noun number, noun gender, noun case and all. So we are going to first categorize them and then we are going to do each type in detail. So overall, noun is divided into 4 parts. That is based on meanings, based on number, based on gender, and based on case. So this is how we have all the nouns have been grouped. This is how all the nouns have been grouped under different headings. You have studied each type as separate chapters in your lower classes. Now we will see what are the types we have studied so far. For case, we have nominative case, means nouns used as subject. Next is your accusative case, showing nouns used as objects. And last is your possessive, where noun shows possessions. Arun's car, Ravi's book. So we put apostrophe above the nouns and then we use it as possessive case. So these are the cases that we have studied. Coming to gender, there are 4 types of genders. That is your masculine gender, talking about males. Examples are lion, dog, etc. Then we have feminine gender. Feminine gender talking about females. Examples here, I will take the examples of the same male. Lion becomes lioness and the feminine of dog is bitch. Next is your common gender. Next is your common gender, a name given commonly to both male and female. So here we will have those living things which has common names for males and females, like your child, teacher, etc. And last is your neuter gender. Neuter gender, a gender name given to those things, that is all the non-living things which can neither be classified as male or female. So it will include all non-living things like books, bag, table, pen, pencil, stone, all this comes under neuter gender. You have also studied about numbers as singular and plurals. You have studied noun number as singular and plurals. Singular referring to only one thing and plurals referring to more than one thing. We can write here also as subject. Nominatives are subjects of the sentence and accusative are the objects of the sentence. Also known as subjective case and objective case. And possessive shows possession, ownership, and all. So singular we have only one thing, plurals we have more than one thing. Coming to meanings, we have proper nouns, we have common nouns, collective nouns, abstract nouns. First write material nouns and abstract nouns. So proper nouns, names given to particular person, place, animal or thing. Common nouns, names given to any person, place, animal, thing in common. Collective noun, names given to a group. Material nouns, names given to those things of which other things are made up of, like houses are made up of stone. So that stone becomes your material noun because that house is made up of stone. Then I have a ring made of gold. So here gold. The word gold becomes your material noun. Now gold and stone can also become under common noun also. It all depends on how we use it. A boy hit the dog with a stone. So that stone becomes your common noun. But when I make houses with stones, that stone becomes your material noun. And then abstract noun, which shows only feelings. Abstract noun shows feelings. Here we name those feelings which we can just feel but cannot touch or see. In some of the books you will find, apart from this, there is one concrete noun. All proper, common, collective and material comes under concrete noun. Concrete nouns are those nouns which you can see, which you can touch, which you can see, touch and feel. But abstract noun, you can only feel but cannot see and touch. So let's begin with each type in detail. So let's begin with proper noun. What are proper nouns? Names given to particular person, place, animal or thing. Names given to particular person. Proper nouns are particular names like Ravi. Ravi is the name of a person. Jaipur. Jaipur is the name of a place. Tommy. Tommy is the name of an animal. Means if we have pets. If I have a pet dog. So I have given the name Tommy to that particular dog. So dog is a common noun, but now I am talking about one particular dog and the name of the dog is Tommy. So here the word Tommy, his name, the pet animal's name become a proper noun. Things, you may confuse with Geeta, so I am not giving this name. Arabian Nights. This is the name given to a particular book. Arabian Night is a particular book. Same way we have names for a particular mountain like Himalayas, Everest, Alps. Then we have names for specific festivals like Eid, Diwali. All these, wherever the names are particular, those are unique, means one and only one in the world. Then we use proper nouns for those names. Now you may say, ma'am, for person Ravi might be names of many boys. Correct. Ravi may be the names in your class itself. You might have 3 Ravis. But can you call one Ravi as another Ravi? No. This Ravi, one Ravi is unique and that Ravi is unique. Both are different. I cannot call one Ravi for another Ravi. That is why both are proper nouns now. The name given to that Ravi is only his name. It's not the other Ravi's name. Clear? So, there may be, you might find many people with common names, but all those are unique, all those are particular, and hence those names come under proper nouns. Coming to common nouns, again these are the names of person, place, animal or thing given in common, in general. Like when I talk about dog, then I am talking about all the dogs in general. When I talk about trees, I am talking about trees in general. When I talk about boys, I talk about boys in general. So, I am not talking about one particular boy. Boys are strong. So, all boys are strong. Most of the boys are strong. So, when we give names to any person, place, animal or thing in common, we use common nouns. For example, so common nouns are names given to anything in common. Example, boy, girl, man, woman, name of person in common, city, town, village, name given to a places in common. Dog, cat, lion, tiger, names given to animals in common. Books, pen, pencil, table, air, water, names given in common to objects, to things. So these are some of the examples of common nouns. Next is your collective noun. What is a collective noun? Collective nouns are those names given for a group. Suppose there are many cows grazing in the field. So that group of cows have been given a name as herd or cattle. All those animals that we rear for milk and all, we call them as cattle. And the group of that cattle means group of cows, buffaloes, goats and all grazing in the field. That group is referred to as herd. So here the word herd is your collective noun. So collective nouns are nothing but the names given to a group. Now the whole group will be considered as one. So what are collective nouns? Names given to a group. Example, a herd of cattle, just now we spoke about this, group of animals grazing together in the field are known as herd. Then we have bunch of keys, many keys tied together, we call it as bunch. So a bunch of keys. Next is your band of musicians, where a group of musicians play the music. We call that group as band. So these are some of the examples of collective noun. Then you have a troop of trees. Then you have a chest of drawers, constellation of stars. So chest, constellation, all these are collective nouns. Coming to material nouns, next is your material noun. In material noun, we talk about materials of which the thing is made up of. So names of materials. Example: gold, silver, stone, iron, cotton, etc. etc. Now you may say, ma'am, stone is a common noun. Yes, stone is a common noun when we talk about one piece of stone. But when we talk about a house which is made up of that stone, like in deserts and all, you will see houses are made up of stone. So here stone becomes your material noun. It is how we use it. It all depends on how we use it in the sentence. And gold and silver already I have discussed. I have a chain made of gold. I have a diamond ring. So all that comes under material nouns. Last is your abstract noun. Abstract noun means names given to those things which you can only feel but not touch or see. Those names are included under abstract nouns. Example: honesty. You can just feel the honesty, somebody is loyal to you, but you cannot see or touch that. Then air. Air you can feel, but you cannot see or touch. Then death. So let's write the definition. Abstract nouns are names of things we can only feel but cannot touch or see. Example: knowledge. Now you are studying. Whatever knowledge you have gained, can you see that knowledge? No. Can you touch that knowledge? No. Only by expressing yourself in front of others, you can express your knowledge. Means that person will feel how you know something. When you all get good marks in your exam, when you all write correct answers, what do teacher feel? You have the knowledge, you know things. Clear? So it is only for expression. Then we have depth. Then truth, kindness, nobility, all these are other examples of abstract noun. Apart from these types, in some of the books you will see one more type of noun called concrete noun. Now what are concrete noun? Concrete noun, just like we saw, abstract nouns are names which you can only feel but cannot see or touch. Same way, concrete nouns are those nouns which you can see, which you can touch. So out of all these types, proper noun, common noun, collective noun and material noun all come under concrete noun. Generally the concrete nouns will refer to all common names, all the common nouns. But even proper noun you can see and touch. Collective noun also you can see and touch. So all these names except abstract noun, all the four types are included in your concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are nothing but those names which you can see and touch. Clear? So these are all the different types of nouns based on meaning. Now what you have to do, you have to learn all the definitions and practice the examples. Keep practicing. Till then, goodbye.